What's up, you guys? So I wanted to make a video. This is going to be a motivational Monday video where I wanted to talk about something that I discussed with one of my subscribers. She's a longtime follower and she reached out to me, just to check in, to say hello, and also to show her appreciation. So one of the statements that she made was she appreciate how every time I'm online, like, I'm always super positive. And and I was letting her know that I'm not always positive, which she understands. I get it. But one thing that I can say is, for anyone out there who are wondering, like, when they see people who seem to be positive most of the time, like how. And I can't speak for everyone else, but I can share a few of the things that I do to remain positive even when all hell is breaking loose around me. And I ain't gonna lie, so don't hold me to that. I may or may not be in a positive mood all the time, but majority of the time I will not come online unless I'm in a good mood or unless I can hold it together. I just don't like getting online and showing that side of me, because sometimes my smile can brighten someone else's day. And honestly, I feel like sometimes when I'm going through something, or even if I'm not going through anything at all, it's just a point of knowing that my happiness, my smile, my positivity can cause someone else to be positive. It may cause someone else to look on the brighter side of things. One of the things that I like to do is remind myself of who I am and my positive capabilities. And I say positive capabilities because we have many options on how to handle situations, and sometimes you can choose to handle them in a negative way. The choice is yours. And I've been doing certain things over the past couple of months, and I can honestly say that they are helping me, just as far as like being able to handle certain situations in a way in which it will help me or help better me as a person. So a few months ago, I decided to start speaking life into myself. And some of you guys may say, how do you speak life into yourself? I try not to speak so much negativity. And the word negativity, it almost sounds like, well, I don't speak negatively. I'm always positive. I'm always helpful with others. No, sometimes you can speak negatively and not even realize it. Speaking things that you don't want, things that you wish didn't happen, versus speaking things you want, speaking things about yourself that you hope to be. And that was my problem. Like, I focused more on the things that I lacked, or the things I didn't like about myself, the things I didn't like about others, just negative things. I recently realized that all of that energy that I was putting into speaking about the things that I don't like, or even thinking about the things I don't like about myself, about others, all of that energy that I had been putting into the negative things, I could have been speaking the positive things into existence. Like, sometimes we can get down on ourselves and be like, no, this isn't gonna happen, or we fear things, and we'll say, like, we'll speak those things into existence. Like, say for instance, if you're in school and you're afraid that you're not going to pass a test, instead of telling yourself you can do this, you're going to pass this test, you're not afraid, you're smart, you got this. Instead of focusing on the good, you tell yourself, oh my gosh, I might fail. What am I going to do? If I don't pass this class, it's going to set me back. You start thinking about all of the negative things. And what you're doing is you're pushing those things out and you're making them your reality. And I always have to remind myself, and I also tell others around me, when you think of a negative outcome, that outcome is what will be. And I think in psychology they call that self-fulfillment prophecy or something like that. I'll correct it and put the annotation if I'm wrong, but it's called self-fulfillment prophecy. And it's basically when you think something and it becomes your reality. And a lot of time it could be the total opposite, but because you had already thought that thought, you made it become your reality. One of the examples that I always like to use is if you walk into a room full of people and you assume that no one in that room likes you or will like you. Think about this. Now, supposing you walked into a room full of very friendly, bubbly, happy people. And because you assume that no one in that room would like you, you automatically walk in with your guards up. You have a stank attitude because you're ready to pop off because you know somebody in there don't like you and you're ready to pop off. Well, your energy walking in is already protruding through the room. You walk in, you don't speak. Therefore, when everybody else react to the way you've reacted and they don't speak to you, they don't talk to you because of your negativity, you can sit back and tell yourself, see, I knew they didn't like me. I knew that these people were this way. Look at how they're treating me. Not realizing that it was because of your own ideas and because of the way you responded to your own ideas, and the way they treated you was their response to the way you treated them. I recently had someone tell me that the mind is a powerful thing. And that was something that I had to learn. If I want to be a better person, if I want to succeed in life, it starts in the mind first. I have to think of it. I have to believe it. And I have to pursue it. So over the past couple of months, what I started doing was when I wake up in the morning, I remind myself of who I am. I tell myself that I'm beautiful. I tell myself that I'm loved. I'm worthy of being loved, and that I am love. I'm kind, that I'm patient, that I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I am positive. I have the capability of moving forward. I have the capability of progressing. I can change. I will change. I am changed. I speak to myself as if I am already everything I want and hope to be. And when I tell myself these things, I will begin to believe these things. Once I believe these things, I will start to pursue them. Sometimes when I do get down and I am going through a situation where I'm angry or I'm sad, you know, sometimes I will turn around and I will tell myself, you are happy, you have peace. This too is passing. You know, the saying is, this too shall pass, but this too is passing. Just like any other thing that you've gone through in your lifetime. It passed over, and so is this passing over right now. And after that, I began to focus on everything positive about my life, everything that I am proud of, everything that I should be proud of. And you know, it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because when I speak power into myself, when I empower myself, I am reminded God is with you. God dwells in you. You can get through this. You are not alone. You know, stuff like that, it gives me so much peace and comfort, because these are things that I know without a shadow of a doubt. But sometimes we can get a little discouraged and we can forget. And I honestly can say in my case, most of the time, I'm not forgetful. When it comes down to being watched over, being guided, being led, being protected, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm not alone. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am protected and I am guided. So it's not necessarily that I forget, but more so sometimes I get in a mood to where I just don't care anymore. I get frustrated and I shut down. And I have this attitude of, you know what, these birds killing me. And I get this attitude of, you know what, I just don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, and this is why when people are going through things, and depending on what they're going through, most of the time this is an angry situation where you're angry or something like that. You don't want to hear anything positive. You're like, man, you can miss me with all that positive stuff. I want to do what I want to do right now. I don't care about nothing else. And when I get like that, sometimes it's like, I know I'm not alone. I know that I have people in my corner. I know this, but sometimes for that moment, I just want to do what I want to do. I want to let my frustration out. I want to rave, rant, be upset. It's like, I just want that for that moment. But thank God, I still have the mindset to come back to peace. I'm very grateful for having that within myself, because sometimes out of anger, we can say and do some crazy things. But thankfully, most times I come to my senses and I realize I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And I notice I do that more often now than I used to. And the only difference is once I started speaking life into myself and I started to learn more about the abilities, not that God wants to give me, but that God has already placed inside of me. It's just that I have to bring forth those things. I realize that I'm more aware of myself than I used to be. Like before, I used to analyze myself, try to sort out the things about myself I don't like, the things about myself that I do like. But now it comes quicker than it used to. I'm able to halt a lot more and realize where I am. You know, like, oh my gosh, it's like, and then next thing you know, you're looking around and you're realizing that everybody in the room is staring at you. And immediately you come to your senses and realize these are not the things that I've been speaking into myself lately. This is not who I am. I have a choice on being the person that I am. So this Motivational Monday, I don't even know if this video is going to be long, because I like to edit and sometimes I just take so much out that I feel is unnecessary. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of that I say is necessary, but I know people don't have all day to sit up and watch something this positive. I'm kidding, but I just wanted to share this with you guys, because sometimes we have a lot of expectations of how we should handle things and how others should handle certain situations. But a lot of times we hear that we should be positive, but we don't really know how we can be positive, how we can pick up our own self-esteem, uplift our own selves. How? And this is something that I've found that works for me. And I found that it's actually working for me. And that's to speak life.